And clearly some of these additives are producing some of the trails, but he is also fully of the opinion that there are other aircraft out there that are spraying. But he says you daren't mention it within the company, and he said some of the pilots who've shown a bit of interest in what's going on were very quickly told, forget it, otherwise you won't be working with us much longer. So this pilot, who I think is going to give us more information, but he's talking about a fear culture within the airlines over people who know what's going on. The other thing I'll say is that it's also obvious to me, I'm just going to say from a professional point of view, that you see aircraft that are clearly on a commercial flight path. So that's one problem, but then you'll see these multiple aircraft, many of them at very low altitude, 8 or 10,000 feet, and they are clearly not commercial because they're not fuel efficient at those low altitudes. So my opinion is this is real and it's going on. You need to get to grips with it.
Are you saying they're actually creating chemtrails at 8 or 10,000 feet?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, that's absolute proof that they are chemtrails because they can't...
Because they're too low for condensation trails, yeah. If you want to get a bit technical, you have to do a bit of trigonometry. If you buy a cheap telescopic sight for an air rifle, and you can work it out on a piece of paper, but you take an assessment of the length of the aircraft, 110, 120 feet, and then you do a little bit of trigonometry. So you just need to be able to measure the angle that you're observing the aircraft, and you can calculate the height reasonably accurately. That's how they used to do it in the Second World War. I'm not that old. And this is the other thing that was mentioned, OSCE, and this is a document that I nearly fell off my perch when I found it on the internet because all it says is common purpose. But this, if you just put in OSCE common purpose, you'll get it on Google. And if you read about it, they're talking about creating the security of the European Union from the Urals to the Atlantic. And they're talking about meetings to do with all sorts of semi-security type things throughout Europe, where very strange people are meeting to discuss it. So this thing is real, and there is absolutely a common purpose. But if you look at the way, it's just a brief comment on this, but if you look at the way we're now seeing geoengineering utilising airspace, the same thing is starting to go on with control of the oceans. So these big geoengineering projects require world government ultimately. So I just thought I'd put that up.